Hey there folks, hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a gear review for USB power banks, because I know that is on everybody's mind when they go out for a backpacking trip or even for a decent day hike as well. So I have a few of them in front of me here, which I have used in the past and I will be using on the upcoming Great Divide Trail through hike. We have an Anker Power Core 10,000 milliamp hour. We have a 20,000 milliamp hour Anker Power Core 2. And to wrap it all off, we have a Charmast 26,800 milliamp hour power bank. So not one power bank may solve all of your concerns and all of your issues. Mainly from the standpoint, obviously it comes down to weight and the ability to charge your devices. If you're out for just a day hike and you just want that little extra backup just in case, something smaller like this or even a 5,000 milliamp hour charge device would be more than enough. But it also depends on how many devices that you have, whether or not you're hiking at night, if you're going to be going for like a 12 or 16-hour hike, whatever the case may be. So typically when I go for a day hike, this is the one that I carry, and I really only have my cell phone, my action cam, and I always bring a headlamp just in case. So even if all three of those devices need to get recharged, this is usually enough for a day hike. If it is a overnight hike that you need to recharge your devices on a more regular basis, or if they deplete throughout the course of the day, then you're going to need something with a little bit more capacity for those devices. Now, I am not an engineer, I am not an electrician, and although I can spout out a few amperages and wattages that I've been able to get from the packaging, I'm going to take a practical approach as to what I've noticed the differences between these devices. And what I've actually used to compare these different devices is my cell phone, which is a Samsung A71, and it has a battery capacity of 4,500 milliamp hour. So based on that, I can tell you that the 10,000 milliamp hour from Anker, I can get at least 1.5 charges for my cell phone and still have enough left over for a quick charge of my headlamp or my DJI Osmo action camera, but then it depletes pretty quickly thereafter. I just recently went through a series of tests on the Anker 10,000 milliamp hour, and I can get a solid 3 full charges from a single full charge of the 10,000 milliamp hour capacity Power Core 2. As for the Charmast 26,800 milliamp hour, I was able to get just shy of 4 full charges on my cell phone. Just to give you an idea of the charging or recharging capacity for these 3 different devices. Now, again, don't take my word on it, and certainly do what is best for you, but I wanted to give you some insights as to what these devices offer. I have only recently come across Charmast when I was researching what gear to bring for my Great Divide through hike. I've been using Anker for the past 2 or 3 years now and have been very, very happy with them. With the testing that I've been doing on the Charmast, I've also been quite happy with it as well. So I don't think that you will have any negative experiences with any of these devices. And believe me, I know there are a lot more options out there in terms of different battery banks and different brands, different capacities, so I'm not even going to touch that. Now, in terms of what you see in front of you, starting off with the 26,800 milliamp hour battery bank, what is wonderful about this is it actually has a number of both input and output ports. So you have a mini USB, you have a lightning port, a USB-C, and all 3 of those are input. The USB-C is also output, so that does double duty. And then of course you have 3 USB-A ports for charging. And you can operate all of these at the same time without any problem whatsoever. On that, in here we're going to get into the stats from the packaging. So the USB-C port is capable of 5 volt 3 amp or 9 volt 2.2 amp or 12 volt 1.5 amp. The first two USB-A ports are capable of 5 volt 2.4 amp, and port number 3 here, 5 volt 3 amp or 9 volt 2 amp or 12 volt 1.5 amp. So those are just stats right out of the packaging. I did not test that, nor do I have the tools to do so. You'll also notice that the format, the shape of them are very, very different as well. I do like this from Charmast because I can't say that it takes up less room, but because it lays flat, it's not as bulky as the 20,000 milliamp hour PowerCore 2 from Anker. Surprisingly, the Charmast at 26,800 is actually slightly lighter in weight than the 20,000 milliamp hour from Anker. So to put that into raw numbers, the Charmast is 338 gram or 11.92 ounce, whereas the PowerCore 2 is 342 gram or just a smidge over 12 ounces at 12.06. So not a huge difference. However, if you get almost a full extra charge out of the 26,800, at least from a weight to charge perspective, you're better off with the Charmast. Also, as of the recording of this video, which is June of 2023, the Charmast is currently listed at $57, but it has a sale price of $37 on Amazon, whereas the Anker is listed at $60, and that's in Canadian dollars. When I first purchased the Anker, it was actually quite a bit more money. It was probably closer to like 70 or 75. So obviously prices are going to fluctuate. Do some shopping, take a look at Amazon as well as a few other online retailers, see what makes sense for you. In terms of physical size, it might be a little bit difficult to see from a perspective, but this is basically the size of my hand. The Anker is a little bit longer, as you can see. Maybe if I stand it up like this. So a little bit longer, but of course narrower, but a little on the thicker side. In terms of its capabilities, in terms of charging, you can charge two devices at the same time, but it only has a single input or charge capability with the micro USB port. Actually all three devices will have a LED indicator. Not sure how well you can see this, but there you go. So both will give you a visual indication as to how much of a charge is left on these devices. And as for the Charmast, there's actually a button on the side here where it'll give you, trying to see if I can, there you go, maybe off to the side there. So there it's got a full charge. And of course, as it depletes, those LEDs will start to disappear on you. In terms of what these come with, the Charmast will come with two cables. Both have a USB-A connector on the one side, and on the other you have a USB-C and a micro USB on the other side. So those are the two cables that come with the Charmast, as well as a nice little carrying case. As for the Anker, it comes with a single USB-A to micro USB cable, a little bit longer in the cable length, and it also comes with this little mesh bag. So obviously this is for the 10,000 milliamp hour device, but the 20,000 is basically the exact same, only longer. And again, it comes with the same charge cable as well. So all in all, great little devices. Be sure to choose what is right for you. As for my Great Divide Trail, I'll be carrying at least two of these, mainly for two reasons. First of all, I have a number of devices. I have my cell phone, of course. I have my Garmin InReach. I have my DJI Osmo action camera so that I can capture everything, publish some videos for you later on. And I also have my headlamp. So there's multiple devices. And the other item that's of a concern is just the frequency between getting access to electricity. So we will be experiencing anywhere from 7 to 14 days between locations that have power. So I want to make sure that I have all the necessary charge capability that I need for my trip. So without any further ado, I believe that will wrap things up. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you have anything of a nature that hasn't been reviewed here or discussed, feel free to reach out in the comment section below. Hopefully this proves helpful for you. And of course, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and hope to see you on the trail. Till then.